Welcome to Hardcore Haunter.
This channel is proudly created in part by AI technology.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the graveyard. Not just any patch of earth, mind you, but the solemn soil of Poveglia Island, nestled in the misty embrace of Italy's Venetian Lagoon. Here, where the whispers of the departed mingle with the lapping waves, we invite you to tread lightly, to listen closely, and, dare we say, to enjoy yourself in this hallowed ground. I'm your host tonight, Vincent Vesper, and with a gravedigger's spade in hand, I'll unearth the full history of this island, from its ancient roots to its haunting legacy today. So, settle in, keep your lantern high, and let's dig into the tale of Poveglia, a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Our story begins in 421 AD, when the first souls sought refuge on this spit of land, fleeing the barbarian blades ravaging mainland Italy. These early settlers, hearty folk of Padua and Este, carved out a peaceful life, trading with nearby islands, their feet firm on soil yet to know sorrow. But peace, as any gravedigger knows, is a shallow plot, easily disturbed. By the 9th century, Poveglia's population grew, a small beacon of calm in a stormy world. Yet in 1379, the War of Chioggia struck like a pickaxe to clay. Genoa's forces drove the islanders away, scattering them to Venice's Giudecca. The island lay empty, a forgotten mound, its first chapter closed, its earth still clean of the grim harvest to come. Fast forward to the 18th century, and Poveglia's purpose took a darker turn. In 1776, the Republic of Venice claimed it as a checkpoint, a gatekeeper's post for ships. But by 1793, when plague-ridden vessels limped into port, the island's fate was sealed. It became a lazaretto, a quarantine station, where the sick were sent to rot or recover. The Black Death, that merciless reaper, demanded a heavy toll. Thousands, nay, tens of thousands were ferried here, their bodies stacked in plague pits, burned to ash or buried in haste. Some say over 160,000 souls met their end on Poveglia, their bones ground into the very dirt we stand upon. The gravedigger's spade worked overtime, carving trenches for the fallen, the air thick with ash and despair. Locals whispered the soil was half-human, a grim compost of sorrow. And yet, the island's work was far from done. In 1922, Poveglia donned a new mask, one of madness. The old quarantine buildings were reborn as a psychiatric asylum, a place to hide society's outcasts. Patients spoke of screams in the night, of shadows that moved without masters. Rumors swirled of a doctor, driven mad, who performed cruel experiments, lobotomies, they say, with tools more suited to a butcher than a healer. He met his end, some claim, by leaping from the bell tower, chased by voices only he could hear. The asylum closed in 1968, and Poveglia was abandoned, its buildings left to crumble, its graves untended. The gravedigger's work paused, but the island's story grew wilder in silence. Today, Poveglia stands as a forbidden relic, government-owned and off-limits, its shores patrolled to keep thrill-seekers at bay. Fishermen steer clear, wary of nets catching more than fish. In 2014, Italy auctioned a 99-year lease, hoping to turn the island into a luxury hotel. A businessman bid $513,000, but the deal collapsed. Some say the price was too low, others whisper the island itself refused to be tamed. A group called Poveglia per Tutti dreamed of a public park, but their plans, too, faded like mist. The island remains empty, its hospital ruins choked with vines, its plague pits silent but not still. Visiting is illegal, and locals, hardened by centuries of tales, call it cursed, a place where the dead outnumber the living, and so we come full circle to the public's fascination with Poveglia, especially as Halloween casts its shadow. This island, dubbed the world's most haunted, fuels our love for the macabre. Paranormal shows flock here, weaving tales of ghostly wails and restless spirits, turning gravediggers' work into campfire stories. One of the most infamous investigations came in 2009, when the crew of Ghost Adventures, led by Zach Bagans, Nick Groff, and Aaron Goodwin, secured rare permission for a dusk-to-dawn lockdown on the crumbling grounds, becoming among the first outsiders to probe its depths in modern times. Armed with spirit boxes, EVP recorders, and thermal cameras, they captured chilling evidence. Disembodied voices responding in a Venetian dialect, including guttural snarls and pleas that echoed the island's plague-era agony, swirling black mists darting across their footage, and physical assaults, like unseen hands shoving team members against walls. Bagans himself reported a profound possession-like episode, his body racked with convulsions as he channeled what he described as a tormented asylum spirit, forcing the team to cut their overnight vigil short in terror. They departed convinced that the souls of plague victims and lobotomized patients remain eternally trapped, reliving cycles of suffering in the island's fog-shrouded ruins. More recent probes, like a daring 2024 overnight expedition documented on YouTube, yielded spirit box sessions where investigators heard moans of the dying and spectral laughter bouncing off the vine-choked bell tower, while a 2025 team reported similar EVPs pleading for release amid flashes of anomalous energy orbs. Fishermen and illicit visitors alike describe an oppressive dread, cold spots that chill to the bone, and apparitions of shrouded figures shambling through the mist, phenomena that blur the line between history's scars and supernatural fury. On Halloween, Poveglia's legend grows, a dark mirror to Italy's vibrant festivals. While Italians may not carve pumpkins, the island's grim history feeds a global appetite for spooky tales, drawing ghost hunters and storytellers who see every shadow as a specter. Yet, we must ask, are these hauntings real, or merely the echo of human suffering, amplified by our need for thrills? The gravedigger knows sometimes the truth lies not in the bones, but in the stories we heap upon them. So, dear visitors, as you stand here in Poveglia's graveyard, surrounded by whispers of plague, madness, and mystery, we hope you've enjoyed this journey through time. Tread softly as you leave, for the earth beneath you holds secrets no spade can fully unearth. Keep your wits about you, and may your Halloween be as thrilling as this island's tale. This is Vincent Vesper, signing off from the graveyard. Stay curious, stay cautious, and above all, stay alive.